Okay, this video, week 20 science straw bridge for the Apprentice and Journeyman. So I just wrapped up the video with the ABCs and wanted to give you the option of kind of introing, not having every kid do this, but and obviously teach this however you want, but in order to break down the information and prepare them to make their own bridge, I do think it's kind of worth breaking down a very simple bridge, so like a beam bridge, maybe introducing some grammar to it, the abutment, the bearings, the deck, these bearings help, if these are made of steel, that doesn't create friction. I'm guessing these are probably concrete beams or also steel beams. A firm foundation. So, in order to like kind of visualize it, I'm not saying every kid could do this, but you could maybe as the tutor say, have the kids gather around and, just talk about, the problem is that we need to get across this bridge. We need to build a simple beam bridge. The materials matter. If we had, something like this, steel beams without, any supports, maybe we would need a pier here. So we have our abutments, we have our straws. We could also try a different type of material and maybe we could pretend that these are steel beams. This definitely is sturdy. But we forgot our piers. These steel beams will rub against this concrete. So let's put our piers in. Just really thinking about like building and the grammar and the parts of a bridge before you set them loose with 50 stir sticks. I think giving them some context and like a visual framework of the elements of a bridge, the components in the bridge. So now we have a sturdy bridge. We have our bearings here and we're ready to go. So then, you could then lead them into, I've given Kincaid and Mahala sets of 50 straws. So each student can have 50 straws and that gives you some flexibility if you want to pair them or if you want to have them build their individual bridges. So think about how you want to teach it. Think about how you want to pair them up. The materials would be some masking tape and the straws. And then I will have those miniature solo cups for their, what's it called? Abutments. So they can, build their bridge across something. I just thought about that. I do have the tall ones, but I want to use those for tower construction. So those are the materials. And yeah, let me know if you want any of this or you have a different way. The ABC parents can, bring their bins to you and you can use some of this. So, okay.